Hey guys, Ryan here. This is going to be similar to my video on that I did the other day on the sights on different guns and the effect it has on recoil. But Treyarch went and changed some attachments. They went and changed the builds a little bit. So I wanted to confirm that what my last video said was still true. And I believe something has changed from the last video. I don't feel like the effect is the same in the way that it was, but I do feel like there's some effect. Like I'm going to show you right here. Now I'm going to use the Microflex LED first. I'm going to finish it off with an iron sight and the Hawksmoor's in the middle. Now look at this. This is a big difference. The two patterns in the middle and on the left are far more easier to control than the one on the right. The one on the right is very abrupt, but then look at this example. I'm using the Microflex LED. I'm going to get, the only issues I got it a little closer, but look at how similar this recoil pattern is here. Because this is extremely similar. But still, you can kind of see that the Microflex LED seems to be a little bit straighter. I ended up testing this on 5 guns, the Bullfrog, MAC-10, Krig, and the Stoner, and the FFAR. And I found that the effect was most noticeable on the FFAR and the MAC-10. And this is where I kind of need your guys' help. I want you guys to try some of these sights on the FFAR and MAC-10, for example, with the J-God build that he just put out in his latest video. And I want you to let me know if you feel it's easier to use in the mid-range. Because when I have used it, that has been my experience. But I'm going to need a little help on this one because I want to be 100% sure. And there's no way you can really confirm. But I just want you guys to test it. Go in the comments and let me know. You don't have to do it. I know a lot of you probably aren't going to come back to the video. But if any of you guys could, that would be amazing. I mean, look at this recoil pattern right here. It's confusing. Because if you look at it, all 3 seem so similar. Yet if you really look at it, they aren't that similar. They are, but there is a clear difference. And I believe the Microflex LED, as multiple tests have shown, is more consistent than the Hawksmoor, which I'm not sure was the case before the change, but I genuinely believe the Microflex LED, if you look at all the tests, if you go back from the very beginning video and watch, I believe the Microflex LED offers the straightest, best recoil pattern for the FFAR. So for the MAC-10, I find this one to be really interesting because it's not really conclusive one way or another for me, but I genuinely feel that if you do look at these recoil patterns and more the visual recoil, like I'm going to go back and play it, but look at the visual recoil on this. And I mean the iron sights one. The Hawksmoor has so much less visual recoil. I'm going to do it a third playback. I know it's kind of annoying, but just a third. Because I do want you guys to genuinely understand the difference here in the recoil, especially because the fact is a lot of it seems to be visual, although at the end of this, I am going to show you what it looks like when you get a little closer and you can actually see the recoil pattern. And as you're going to see in this recoil pattern, there does seem to be a difference, and I do believe it is reducing recoil a little bit. Specifically in the lower part, it seems like there's not as many double bullets going on. That's not the proper term, but it seems sometimes with the horizontal recoil and the visual recoil on the MAC-10, there would be kind of a double bullet effect that you can see in the bottom. So I'm actually going to zoom in on here so you can see what I mean. The left is the iron sight, the right is the Hawksmoor. Do you see those double bullets? There seems to be something about that with the iron sights that is affecting that. And I think overall, it's worth a try, and that's where I really do need your guys' help. Also because, just because there is a recoil difference doesn't mean it feels good. Now, if you're wondering whether the Microflex LED works the same, I believe it does. Here's just a quick comparison between the Hawksmoor and the Microflex LED, as I wasn't able to find bullets. But it does seem like the Microflex LED and Hawksmoor keep things really stable. I'm going to run more tests on the MAC-10 to officially, be 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure. I just forgot to record my first set of tests, but it was pretty much the same thing as what you're seeing here. I'm going to go back over the FFAR test and have them play in the background while I'm talking so you guys can better understand and see for yourself. As for the Bullfrog, Krig, and Stoner, I found that there was a minimal difference, but not that big of a difference. And the crazy thing is the Bullfrog has the simplest recoil pattern to counter ever. And I believe people are genuinely sleeping on this gun because of this. It's not going to be covered in this video because I don't think the sight mattered too much as for the recoil. I just prefer one because I don't necessarily like the iron sights. It seemed the recoil was so easy to control and so minimal in a lot of ways that the sight didn't seem to matter. That's what I also found with the Krig and Stoner, and that they were oftentimes just a straight line up and down, and that the sights didn't matter too much, although I did seem to find a little differences here and there. I will say, in conclusion, I do believe the Microflex LED and Hawksmoor may improve recoil on the FFAR, but I think if you want to choose one, use the Microflex LED. And guys, look at this. I hate this. When I am just shooting a wall in Plunder, solo, barely have enough bullets, have to keep killing myself to even get bullets, and someone tries to kill me, it sucks. It happens a lot, but it sucks because I'm out here solo, and I don't mind that at all. But when I'm just trying to get data like this, it does suck a lot. Now, I think one thing that I do really want to reiterate is I do believe it also works for the MAC-10. I do believe it works for the FFAR. I tried it on other guns. I do believe that it's going to have more of an effect on guns like the FFAR and AK-47, and I'm going to have to do another round of tests on those guns in particular because I think I chose the wrong guns in the Bullfrog, Krig, and Stoner. Anyways, I got to wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this sights. Do they work? Do they not? Does it feel better? Does it feel worse? I do believe it works for them, but we're going to have to officially see. I'm going to end it with me getting murdered, trying to record some recoil patterns. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Peace.